I don't know at what point I lost you, but it was another dead battery. I gotta figure out something. I don't know if these things can charge and you can film with them plugged in or not, but anyway, the welder, right, I guess when the thing died, the welder started breaking inside, so we're gonna figure out what's going on with it. I don't know what's happening, but this thing decided it was gonna be a pile. Just screw up on me. Here's the welder. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. Like I said, sometimes this thing decides it wants to go really slow. Oh no, it's all wound up right there. I can see it. Where's my light? Right there. So, this thing right there is all bound up. I gotta pull this thing apart, pull the stuff out of the sleeve, and then refeed it. Fun. Fun. It happens with this little welder a lot. A lot. This Lincoln welder leaves a lot to be desired. It works, but you know, there's probably a reason why these little cheap ones are as cheap as they are and why they are what they are. If they were a good welder, you know, they probably wouldn't be as cheap as they are. So you get what you pay for. Which in my case, a buddy of mine loaned me this one, so it's not really that. Let's see here. Let's see what happened. How did this get all bent up in here? Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. So, a good rule of thumb is, and I learned this from, you know, some good friends of mine and people I know that are good welders, and, you know, I do a little fabricating and whatnot, that a good practice is to, like if your welder sticks, a good practice is to get the so if your welders stick these drive wheels right here, let me show you. So this drive wheel right here, that thing, that drive wheel right there can dig in on this can dig on the wire and dig like a spot in it. It'll sit there and like burn out on it and dig a groove, and that groove can cause a catch in the liner somewhere. So what they always told me was to, if you get a snag, like it stops here and it snags, then you should run out the full length of your lead wire out and then cut it off and start again. That way you know that that funny little thing, like let's say it's going, all of a sudden the welder like stops real quick, the wheel is still spinning because you're pulling the trigger, and it'll dig it, so then that can get snagged. So then if you run it toward the snag and everything's all the way out, then you have nothing but good wire, and it won't do what it just did to me very often. if I would have done it. And the first time it did it, I should have run the wire out and then cut it off, but I didn't. I didn't want to. I was too lazy. Now I'm trying to find, it goes in this sleeve right here. But I can't do it out of light because I can't really see. Okay, I see it. I see it. It's almost there. People ask what takes so long to build a car. This is part of it. This is definitely part of it. Alright, so now I can turn it on and feed wire through it. I should straighten this up some, give it a little bit of a chance. I'll take the tip off here because you'll have a hard time coming through this tip. I can put it on in a second. I don't want to speed it up because if I speed this thing up, it'll never come back to the setting that I want it to be at. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I have a nice welder and a plasma cutter and everything in a container that a buddy of mine has. And he's taking it over to the mainland because he's got a shop over there. He's getting some property together, and you know, he helped me get it anyway. So I wasn't planning on building a car. I wasn't planning on needing it. So then I just let him take it, keep it. So there we go. Oh, you see it right there? I don't know if you can see it, but there's a dig from when the wheel first started right there. Out a bit, run it out a little more, stick my tip on, always spinning it. There we go. I always spin it when I push it in there because I don't like having to deal with. Alright, so we're back in business. Shut this thing off. Put these guides back in where they go. Little guides.